When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
All right, welcome back to the Elias Makos Show. Now, Lion Electric, an electric bus manufacturer based in Saint-Jérôme, Quebec, has temporarily laid off 400 workers, shut down production at its Illinois plant. The company secured a 2-week extension from its creditors until December 16th after missing a deadline for a loan and credit agreement. Despite these challenges, Lion Electric's 300 remaining employees will continue to focus on bus manufacturing, sales, and delivery. You've probably seen a Lion Electric bus going around town, taking children to and from school. Let's find out a little bit more about the challenges here. Danielle Breton joins us, President and CEO of Electric Mobility Canada. Danielle, welcome back to the program.
Hi, Elias. How are you?
Doing well. Now, listen, making any type of vehicle, historically, it's very tough. Look at the history of car manufacturers. Pretty much all of them end up going bankrupt at one point, save for a few exceptions, right? I would imagine if you want to make buses or trucks, it's even more difficult. Tell me about the challenges that Lion Electric is facing.
Well, I mean, the challenges are those of a new company trying to make something new. If we go back to Tesla, almost 10 years ago, they almost went bankrupt themselves. They went to a really tough time because they were trying to accomplish something that no car manufacturer had been able to do before, which was making and selling electric vehicles. But if it had not been for Tesla, we'd not have a slew of electric cars today on the road. Well, same goes for Lion Electric. If it was not for Lion Electric, there would not be electric school buses on North American roads today. So it is a challenge. We have seen that with established car manufacturers. If you go back to the 2009 financial crisis, GM and Chrysler filed for Chapter 11. And if that had not been for the government of the USA, the U.S. government and the Canadian government under Stephen Harper, both of these companies would have been bankrupt. They would have disappeared from industry. So these are tough times for the industry in general. I'm sure you've heard about what's happening with Volkswagen and Stellantis. The CEO was how do you say that? He had to resign 2 or 3 days ago.
Yes.
So times are tough in general for the industries, especially with all the economic but also political uncertainties these days.
Yeah, and the list is getting larger. I'm hearing news out of Nissan as well, that the company is facing some struggles there, and some people saying the company has 12 to 14 months before very difficult decisions for that. So listen, it's difficult for everyone in this business, right? It always has been, always will be. What I'm trying to get to is Lion Electric more like a Tesla or more like a Fisker, right? Fisker, there's an electric car company people were excited about that has gone belly up. Let's talk about the product, okay? So Lion Electric buses. I've heard some people say to me, the product isn't that great. Sometimes the heater doesn't work, the battery, that kind of stuff. So what about the product? Is the Lion Electric product strong enough to survive?
I think it is when we're talking electric school buses, because they also started making electric trucks. So now they're putting the trucks on pause and they want to concentrate on the school buses. Their product is strong. It's solid. I mean, they've had some glitches like every car company has. But I think the move that they just did to say, we'll focus on electric school buses for now, I think is a smart move. I'm confident that they will come to an agreement with some funders and the federal government and the Quebec government to keep moving, because they have a bunch of orders, that are coming up.
Uh-huh.
So everybody's just waiting for them to handle, I would say the small step in securing the funding. Once that is settled, and I'm confident it will be settled soon, they will start delivering more and more electric school buses in North America.
We're with Daniel Breton, President and CEO of Electric Mobility Canada. We're talking about the troubles of Lion Electric, the electric bus manufacturer based out of Saint-Jérôme, Quebec. So I've heard that as well, Danielle, that if Lion Electric can get a private entity to invest in the company, that governments will follow suit. They won't do it alone. This cannot be just government here. But as long as they get someone else, a private enterprise, private investment, that they can stay afloat. What are you hearing? Do you think that that's actually a possible outcome here?
I think it is. I think it is. And, you have to keep in mind that beyond the jobs at Lion Electric has 250 suppliers across Canada. So it goes way beyond Lion Electric employees themselves. And that's why I think that it would be a mistake from a Quebec, Canadian, and business point of view to let Lion Electric go, because I think we would really regret it, a few years from now.
If you could, Danielle, there's so many bad headlines about another Quebec EV project, right? Northvolt, the fate of that company does not look not look good. And I think for listeners, when they've heard all the things about Northvolt and how that probably is going to go up in smoke, and then they hear about governments giving money to Lion Electric, they say, "What are we doing here?" Can you tell our listeners why we shouldn't conflate Northvolt with Lion Electric?
Well, because Lion Electric has been making buses for years, and they've been in business since 2008, and they have a strong product, and it's been on the road. It's done millions of kilometers already, but because of the fact that the industry in general, whether it's for light, medium, and heavy-duty vehicles, is going through a lot of, I would say, almost a perfect storm.
Yeah.
It is going to be difficult in the coming months and years. But, between us, Volkswagen is going through a really tough time these days. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that the German government will let Volkswagen go. Uh-huh. Just like the U.S. government didn't let Chrysler and GM, go bankrupt. And since we don't have a Canadian car manufacturer, but we have bus manufacturers and truck manufacturers and school bus manufacturers in Canada, I think it only makes sense that we support our own. Because if we don't, those buses that we will acquire, being electric, will be made somewhere else. Yeah. So I think that, to me, it only makes sense. But I agree that we need to have some private funding as well.
Yeah, tough decisions lie ahead for a whole bunch of governments on their industries, their automotive industries. Danielle, come back real soon, okay? It's great talking to you.
Okay, take care. Have a good day.
That's Danielle Breton, President and CEO of Electric Mobility Canada.